Welcome to another edition of the Fans Week podcast, also on medium waves 1575 kilohertz for the Greater Milan area. From Paris, I'm Jessica Carter-Wilson. Macron declares diesel just a fancy juice, as Total warns of imminent empty pumps. By Jessica Carter-Wilson, fansweek.org. Paris, April 27, 2026. Today's news. Total Energy's CEO repeatedly warned that France faces an imminent diesel shortage, while President Emmanuel Macron, speaking from Athens, dismissed the threat, stating the country is not in the worst-case scenario described by the oil executive. France is now officially out of diesel, but the government insists nothing is wrong because diesel is just a fancy juice you can replace with air if you think hard enough. Denial as a policy weapon. When the Total chief announced that the nation's diesel reserves were slipping below the level of a single kitchen sponge, Macron's press office released a glossy video of a tanker cruising through a desert of empty pumps, captioned, "We've got enough fuel for the future, folks." The video ended with a sunrise over a fake gas station, complete with a sprig of rosemary poised like a patriotic banner. The satire is that the French state has turned denial into a public spectacle, complete with uplifting music and a voiceover that declares fuel scarcity, a myth invented by competitors who hate baguettes. "We have run exhaustive simulations," said a senior advisor from the Ministry of Energy, "and they all conclude that if we imagine the pumps are full, they are full. The physics of imagination are more reliable than actual barrels." Alternative fuels for an imaginary crisis. In response to the shortage warnings, the government rolled out a diesel-free day where citizens are encouraged to power their cars with optimism, laughter, and occasional bursts of civic pride. The Ministry of Transport handed out complimentary kits containing a solar-powered flashlight, a bag of dried rosemary, and a pamphlet titled, "How to Drive on Good Vibes Only." The kits cost exactly the amount citizens would have spent on diesel, ensuring that everyone feels equally poor. "Our new energy policy is simple," announced a spokesperson for the newly created Department of Metaphysical Power. "We'll convert every vehicle into a self-sustaining emotional turbine. The more you complain about traffic, the farther you'll go." Parliament's grand pivot to fuel fiction. During a televised session of the National Assembly, lawmakers debated a bill to replace fuel shortage with the term temporary fuel imagination. The proposal passed unanimously after a vigorous round of applause that was later found to have been pre-recorded. The legislation mandates that any mention of diesel in official documents be accompanied by a footnote explaining that, quote, "diesel is a cultural construct, much like the notion of a Monday." "We are pioneering a new linguistic frontier," boasted the president of the Parliamentary Committee on Semantic Energy. "When the public finally understands that words are more powerful than oil, the country will be safe from any future crises, real or imagined." As the sun set over an empty highway, a lone tanker, filled with nothing but recycled campaign promises, rolled silently past a sign that read, "Welcome to France, powered by hope, patented by denial." The scene closed on a child holding a toy car, proudly declaring he was running on optimism fumes. That's all from today. From Paris, I'm Jessica Carter-Wilson.